Hello and welcome to the video. I'm Jimmy the Mower and today we're going to be assembling the Stiga SBC 700 strimmer. Okay then, as always we start off with a cardboard box. I've emptied it out. We've got the stuff on the table, we've got the main shaft here with the strimmer head on that end and the battery compartment on the other. We've got a handle, it's got the electronic control on so we can see what we're doing. We've got an actual handle and handle bar here. That'll go across this front bit. This here is the main guard that sits on the strimmer head end. On there we've got the little block and spring. I've already put that spring in there, it just sits in the top. Little block and spring, that holds the handle in there. This bit, this dish and this, they're actually for the blade. I've got the blade there behind me, so that's for the blade. That'll be a different video. I'll show you how to take the grass cutting head off and put the blade head on. Okay, that's a different one, so check in the description below because it will be in there when it's ready. That's the handle for holding this bit onto there, and then we've got a nut and bolts for assembling this handle, 4 nuts and bolts, four just bolts actually that go through into this to hold everything. No, they don't. They go into this to keep everything together. We'll get there in the end. 4 go into there to keep that together. There's a nylock nut there. Again, that's for the other head, the blade head. So we'll put that to one side, right? And then last but not least is this bit. Now this bit you might not think it's important, but it's the guard that fits round here, and on this bit here where it's all taped up. Look. We've got a little cutting blade on there, so if your strimmer line is ever too long, it'll whip round and trim itself off against there. Okay, that's how that works. Right, before I drop any of these pieces on the floor, let's get to the business end and we'll try and start assembling it. Right then, let's put the guard on. As you can see, it's got Stiga on the top, some safety symbols on there. Wear boots, read the manual, make sure people are a distance away from you, etc, etc. Wear eye protection, always wear eye protection when using a strimmer. That's a given. Right, it goes on so easily that it just slots through there and those 2 pegs sit in there. So we just put it on from like this from the back, and then it should, he says it goes on so easily, convincingly. Yeah, it clips in. Right, now we pick up one of these little bolts here, and they've already got a spring washer and normal washer on, and guess what, you get a tool with the machine. Now there's your tool and it just fits in the end there. Don't tighten it up all the way, because what we do is we put them in and we tighten them up finger tight. So when they're finger tight, put them in diagonally, and when they're finger tight we make sure everything's sitting where it should be. You've got a little bit of adjustment, see, on there. And then when that's all where we need it to be and squared up, we can tighten them up, because once that's on, that's staying on for the life of the machine really. So you want to get this bit right. But saying that, you can't go far wrong, can you? I don't think. So that one's a little bit snug. I'll try and put this one in at the top. That's better. So with 3 in, that should pull that bottom one in to square it up. Which it has done easily. It's the benefit of putting them in diagonally. See, if you do the top 2, then pulling it sideways to try and get the bottom ones in. So work diagonally always when tightening these things up. You can see how much extra we've got on there, being able to turn these round. And then you can't really do these up too tight, because you've got a compression washer or spring washer in there. You're turning it and you're pushing against that washer. Once you see the washer go flat, that's it, you know you've gripped it and it won't vibrate loose. Okay, then once you've done it again, just go along, quarter turn on every one diagonally. And that is that. As simple as that. Now we can put the guard, the ring on. This fits on the outer edge like this, and fits on and goes round, clips in, and this blade sits down at the bottom. Now in the toolkit you get this, but there isn't a screwdriver, and we do need a small Phillips head just to get that little screw in there in the middle. Okay, so but we should be able to clip this on. I think it's a belt and braces approach here from Stiga, because as we push this in, this should go in and clip, he says, as it starts to go pull itself out. That's that. Right, and that's all clipped in, and then I should have a little look for a screwdriver. There you go. Thank you very much, cameraman. He's passed me. It's actually a flathead he's given me, but it does fit. So kudos to the man behind the camera. And we'll tighten that up. That's all clipped in. Now, while I'm messing around with this, I won't remove the bit of tape over the blade there, because it will be sharp. But when you go out and use it in the real world, you take that off, and when this strimmer line gets too long, they're auto feed, so you tap it on the floor and this pushes in and enables the line to come out. And if it goes too far, the auto feeder, you tap it too much, it'll spin round and just trim it off back there, and it'll stay within the guard, so it's always safe to use. Okay, so that's that bit done. That was easy, wasn't it? So we'll just turn it over, bring in the other end, and we'll put the handle together. Okay then, so before we attach the handle itself onto the machine like so, we need to make sure that we've got the control handle on there. Now, you can undo these and swap them round if you're left-handed. I'm right-handed, so we're going to put it on this way. I've got the wire fitting underneath, so the wire's over here for us, which is the way we'll do it. Otherwise, you can switch it round and put it the other way. It is quite simple to put on and off, as I'll show you now. You just slide this on. There's a couple, I don't know if you can see on the camera, there's a hole there and a bit of a slot cut in the top. And when you push this down, it should go into that slot. It's a bit of a tight fit. Right, okay, that's started to go in now. Yeah, oh, right, that's a lot easier than I thought. And then we turn this round, so you've got the control panel towards you, okay? And then we line up on here. Oh, you feel it slot in. It slots in, and once it slots down where it should be, it doesn't twist anymore, look, because it's locked in. Now, there's a little nut and bolt there, a nylock nut, a nylock locking nut in there, and you put the round end in through this round end here, and then in this end there should be a little indent for the nut to fit in. So if we pop that in there like so, hold that with your finger over the top, and then if I can find my tool again, here it is, the one that came with it, I'll turn it from this side and you'll feel it start to grip and turn in. And then, because it's a nylock thread, as soon as it starts to tighten up, it'll turn on its own. But you haven't got to worry about that, because they've made a little indent for you to hold it firm, so you can turn it from this side as much as you want, and it'll just get tighter and tighter until it's pretty difficult to turn, and then that's it. It's not really got any stress or anything on there. It's just basically a pin that goes through to stop the handle sliding off. So that's that then. That's that handle done. Now we've got to attach this bit to here, and there's a groove on there and it sits in that slot. So we'll put that on the top. Now this is a clever bit. Got a spring. You can put the spring in there. That's where it fits into that, into that little indent. It fits in there. Obviously not great when you tip it over, but the spring fits in that indent there, okay, and goes up and down. And then on the other side, got these two little hooks, and these hooks clip in on the top. Right, I can just roll that over for you. They fit in on there, okay, and that goes down. Now I've got it in, it's difficult to get it out, right? Okay then, I've wrestled that off. when you're going to put it on, make sure you get it on right, because it was a bit of a pain to get it off. Right, we'll hook those in again over there. We'll push that into there, right, and we'll hold it flat. Now, we'll put these handles in sort of transport mode if we were going to put it in the back of a van or hang it up on the wall. There is a convenient hook on the back of the body. You can put a screw in and just hang it up so it'll be nice and neat, and then we can just screw this down. You can see it screws in easily. We've taken all the tension off, haven't we, by flattening the spring. So we'll put that down onto there. I'll just let go a little bit there, and you can see it pop up, and then that's it. So we've tightened that up, and that's where it's supposed to be. Okay, and that locks the handles in place. Now, if we want to use the strimmer, all we do is undo this slightly, just so we've got enough movement on the handles. You can pull them up, make sure they're sat where they need to be. I think probably about there when you're strimming, or is it there when you're strimming? I'm not 100% sure. We can adjust it when we've got it on, can't we? So we'll just tighten it up there again, just to show you how easy it is. So that's tightened up then. So we've got the handle on, we've got the guard on, everything, the controls in place, everything's good. Just got to pop a battery in the end now, give it a whiz up and make sure it works. As if by magic then, my B420 battery appears and it's fully charged, a nice little handle on the top, and you just pop that there into the battery compartment. It'll sit there on a spring, and as you push it down, you'll hear a click. I'll try and get my microphone in. There you go, that was the click. It's in place now and it won't come out, it's locked in. If we want to remove the battery, we can press this down. Hear the click and up it pops again. Just still sits in there on top of that spring, then we lift it out. Pop the battery in. Now, I don't know how long these batteries last because we haven't used this yet. We used it in the mower. We've got a mower I use, in fact, one I use at home. And I run round and I can cut my lawn on one of these batteries probably about 5 times, maybe a little bit, maybe 6, I don't know, maybe, depending on the length of the grass and how hard it's going to work. But at least 4 times, and that's 70 metres squared. So one of these to run round the edge, you know, you've got like months and months of use. You're strimming. If you're mowing for 20 minutes, you're only going to be strimming for about 10 minutes. And if you're strimming for 10 minutes, well, it's going to last you a lifetime, isn't it, one charge and a battery. Right, we'll just whiz it up. You can't really see the control panel from there, but I will get a photo of it. There's a little blue light when you press the on button or the standby, and when you press that, it does light up on the battery as well. If I turn that off, I think you give it a few seconds and this one should turn off as well. But you've got the trigger on there, you've got your thumb trigger, so your thumb sits on there and your finger sits on this at the front. Now, it's on or off, okay? There are 2 speed settings, so you press it on, you press in and it will fire up, and that's it going. And there's a little arrow button, and you press that arrow button and that lifts it from speed 1 to speed 2. I will give it a whiz up while it's on the bench. We're safe at that end, there's nobody about or anything about. And I'll just take it from 1 to 2. Now, bear in mind, you might hear a bit of vibration because we've got a nice big hollow engine table here. We use this when we're changing oil and things, and it all drains down to here. It's a nice height workbench for me to work on. Oh, and the battery light has gone off over there. So we press this on again, brings the battery up, tells you we've got full battery over here. We turn this, hold our thumb on the safety, press the trigger, and away that goes. And then I'll lift it from speed 1 up to speed 2, down to speed 1, and then off. That's it. It's as simple as that. How easy is that, eh? I can't wait to get out in the garden when it's stopped raining and we'll give it a whiz round. Just one more thing to note is the harness that comes with it. Now, we have got a great harness, really padded. It's brilliant. We use commercial grade stuff when we're out and about, and this is as padded as that. That sits on your hip, and this little clip there clips onto these, and you can adjust the height and also just the handles to suit how tall or short you are. Nice thick padded straps on the shoulders as well, and we've got a solid piece on the back, which is great because it gives you the stability, but it also allows you to breathe through these vents. And we've got a padded waist strap, so when we're out and we're giving it a proper test, we'll run through the harness and how to set that up. So that's it. But there you go. Apart from that, we've done it all, haven't we? We've put the guard on that end, we've put the handle on, the controls on, battery in, battery out. I think that's all we need to know to give it a whirl. So if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you can. I really do appreciate it. If you're using one in the real world, or you just want to say hello, pop that in the comment section below and I'll answer each and every one of you. But for now, I better get off because we've got loads and loads more to do. There's tons of videos on the channel, so please have a look at those as well. Thanks for watching again. I'm Jimmy the Mower. I'll catch you on the next one.